I want to revisit this other story. All right. The story with a guy. Oh, no, he don't got a Gucci shirt on, too. The guy that made the illegal U-turn that the minivan crashed into, they have filed charges on him, and they've also released the footage from inside to show you the full layout of exactly what happened. He got a Gucci shirt on too.
Welcome back here on Live Now from Fox, 11:44 on the East Coast, 8:44 on the West Coast. My name is Josh Breslow, and I'm here to bring you all of your top stories and live events from across the country and across the world. We do have new details after an undocumented migrant truck driver was charged with causing a crash that killed 3 people in Florida. The suspect was arrested over the weekend on 3 counts of vehicular homicide. And as I said, there is a lot of information coming out here. Jonathan Seri with Fox News joining us now live to discuss much more about all of this and that new information. Jonathan, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. Obviously, a lot of eyes on this story.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's becoming a political hot potato between red and blue states. Always good to be with you, Josh. That trucker you were talking about is 28-year-old Harjinder Singh, an Indian national who crossed over to the U.S. through the Mexican border illegally. He was arrested 2 days later. This was back in 2018, but then was released to allow him to go through the courts because he was claiming that he was living in fear of returning back to his country of origin. He is expected to be returned to Florida later this week to face prosecution for state charges of vehicular homicide. Singh, who's being held without bail in San Joaquin County, California, appeared in court with an interpreter yesterday. He agreed to sign paperwork for his extradition. And
I'm just confused, y'all. And you right, Molly. That nigga look every bit of 42. They ain't no way in the world you gonna convince me that Singh is 28 years old. Use a lie. And this is why we gotta start vetting these migrants. They coming over here and lying about their age. And that's for real. They coming over here and they're lying about their age. Yeah, I'm 28. Nigga, you ain't no 28 years old. How do we know this? How do we know that the information that these migrants have given as they come over here illegally, because we don't even know anything about them? How do we know that these people is even 28? How do we know that this is their real name? How do we know that he's 28? Ain't no way in the world you gonna tell me that Singh is 28 years old. No way, no how. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And they can't even speak English. How come y'all don't ever speak English? When I go over into another country, I get in after about day 2, and that's why I only want to spend about 4 days in another country. I got 1 week in me, 5 days max. 1 day there to travel, because usually it's like 12, 13, 14, 15 hours as you travel, and then you either miss a day because daytime is like ahead 12 hours or some crap, and then another 12 to come back home, and then you can rewind time because you behind 12 hours or something, right? And when I go over to another country, after about day 2, day 3, I'll be like, this is getting a little cumbersome, because I'm tired of going through my apps, trying to use Google Translate. And then when I am translating something, I'm talking to me, and then I put my phone up to their face or some dumb stuff. And if it's not an area where they speak a lot of English, I'll be like, listen, if I'm going to continue to spend time over here, I'm about to start learning the language. They be over here for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30 years and can't speak a lick of English. They be over here for 1,000 years and don't speak no English. Get a driver's license. Don't you got to pass a test to get a driver's license? How they able to get these driver's licenses? They don't speak no English, and they just be living. They own homes, drive trucks, be in the United States of America, driving state to state, get a commercial truck license. You can't even pass the test, and these dudes can't even speak English, but they there, and they in these trucks, and they got a seatbelt on, and they got their turban on, and they driving. and they be bad on the road. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it 100. They driving skills is so bad. Either they all the way crazy or they all the way wild. You get on, I almost can guarantee it. If I get on the freeway and they going slow in the fast lane, either it's a modern woman or it's a foreigner every single time, bro. Every single time. Either it's a modern woman that's sitting real close to her steering wheel like this and looking at you like you crazy because you're going around her, or it is a illegal that is driving. Dog, I seen a woman that was driving a Chevy Malibu today, and it was a string holding her door closed, and it was partially open because it had got hit in the front, and so like the little part where it's the fender going over to the driver's side door, it was bent in, and the door was bent out, and she had a string that was holding it on, and she was driving on the freeway. I said, "What the f- is going on?" If I wasn't so trying to get to the office so I can take care of business, honest to God, bro, it was a woman. And this is how I know y'all struggling out here in these streets. You got a string on your door. Y'all down bad. Illegal migrants and a lot of these women is down bad. It was a string holding the door together. Like it was tied. Looked like a shoestring tied together. No, Denise. Listen, I'm not lying to you. I'm telling you the truth. It was a string and the door was open. I thought the door was going to fly open until I got closer and I realized that it was a string on her door. I'm in the fast lane. She in the middle lane. That's how I'm able to see the driver's side door. And she got a string on her Chevy Malibu gray. Should have got the license plate and reported it to the police. There's no way you could tell me that she should have been on the freeway. Ain't no way that she should have been on the freeway with that car. Tires bald, door open, and she's sitting in that car with her bonnet on, trying to get to wherever it is that she got to go. I said, oh, God. She going to fall out the car. She's going to fall out the car. She's going to fall out the car. It's always an illegal or a woman that is on the freeway doing something that they're not supposed to do. Every single time. They get licenses. I think that's how the police got to have a vendetta against men. They not against black men in particular. They against men. Police officers got to be against men because we can't even drive our car 13 feet with a suspended license in a car without us getting pulled over. We got a man. Doesn't really matter what his demographic is. We got a man driving a car. I suspect that his license is suspended. So we're going to pull him over, take him to jail, and impound his car. Women just be driving. They be going down the street looking stupid. The police just look right past them and come and pull you over behind them. Hey, man, didn't you just see her door was open all the way and she ain't got no bumper? I guarantee you she ain't got no... Process of elimination will tell you that she ain't got no insurance. She can't have no insurance because look at her car. Sir, please get out the car. Process of elimination will tell you that she ain't got no insurance. I said, sir, please get out of the vehicle. Keep your hands where we can see them, or we will be busting open the window. All right? Yeah, okay, officer. Why'd you get your motherfucking hands on the... Did I ask you a question? Sorry. You didn't see that woman that was in front of me driving it. Nick, where the cuffs at? Arrest him. Put him in the back of the car. I can't go 5 feet doing the wrong way. I jaywalked the wrong way. Sir, you didn't see the crosswalk up there? Yeah, but my location is right here and there ain't no cars coming down the street. Can I get back up over here to Cass 2nd Avenue between Woodward and 2nd on Willis Street. Dog, I just was crossing the street. I was coming from the corner store. But you don't have the proper shoes. Did you go in that store and it says no shoes, no shirt, no service? Yeah, but I got shirt and I got shoes. They sandals. Sir, get your hands on the wall. I need to see what you got going on. This basehead woman, she coming up asking, she could literally ask you for crack right in front. You got anything on you? I suck, yo. I'm sorry, ma'am. Sir, are you over there soliciting box? Are you over there promising that young woman, that one young, beautiful, diversity, equity, and inclusion woman? Are you over there petitioning her for sex? Put your hands on the wall, sir. Man, I didn't say nothing to her. She just came over here asking. What did she do? She asked me because she sucked my stuff. And what did you say? I said, no, we don't believe you because we know ain't nobody turning down no head from Miss Mabel right here. Put your hands on the wall. Put your hands on the wall. We need to at least see if you got something on you. You know what? And y'all just let Mabel get by. Yeah, nigga, Mabel suck everybody off. We know that you ain't turning down. Ain't nobody turn. I ain't seen a man turn down head from Miss Mabel ever. And she offered to give you some free stuff. What you offer? Just don't even say nothing. Just don't even say nothing. I'm telling you, bro. Men can't breathe wrong. Men can't breathe wrong or they are going to get stopped, and you better have everything in order. You better have your license, registration, and insurance, even if you're not driving a car. Sir, I was just sleeping in a car. Yeah, but I need to see if you're drunk sleeping in a car, because anytime that you turn on the engine, even if it's to get warm, that is operating a motor vehicle, sir, and I need to make sure that you are not drunk. Breathalyzer test. Take 1, 2, 3 steps backwards, frontwards. Every time, bro. Every single time. But migrants and women, they can do anything. They could be. What? All right, here's a question that I got before we get back to him. How come women never get trafficking charges? Just a thought. Why do women do y'all not traffic yourselves? So if I help you traffic yourself, then I can get arrested for trafficking and do football numbers. But you can be out here selling coochie all day long and you just can go sell coochie and that's it. Go over there to some of these hot spots. Go to no, you don't go because you're going to get arrested and you ain't got a proper license. Go to some of these hot spots and look at them trafficking themselves. Why don't women? I've never seen a woman get a trafficking charge. Ever. Y'all can sell box all day long. And a guy says, hey man, I'm going to drive you over to your destination, and that is getting football numbers.
And Florida authorities must pick him up by August 27. Singh was driving on Florida's turnpike last week when authorities say he attempted an illegal U-turn, blocking oncoming traffic. A minivan slammed into the trailer, killing 3 Florida residents inside. Following the wreck, investigators with the U.S. Department of Transportation gave Singh an English language proficiency test. According to a DOT press release, the driver failed the assessment, providing correct responses to just 2 of 12 verbal questions and only accurately identifying 1 of 4 highway traffic signs. Because Singh, who entered the U.S. from Mexico in 2018, is an asylum seeker from India, the DOT says Washington state violated federal guidelines by issuing him a full-term commercial driver's license in 2023. And they say New Mexico State Police appear to have failed to assess his English skills during a roadside inspection earlier this year. Additionally, the DOT says it's investigating whether California acted within federal guidelines when it issued Singh a limited term
That translator, it looked like she about Indian. That's a handsome young man. That's a handsome young man right there. And them type of chicks always got them a man. They always stay married too. That's a handsome young man. This is the actual footage.
We are learning new
And he had a passenger too.
details tonight about that truck driver accused in last week's deadly crash over on the turnpike in Fort Pierce.
Yes, right. And for the first time, video from
Okay,
inside.
I see you, baby girl. I see you, baby girl. They winning on that side. What news station is this?
The cab shows the exact moment of impact.
Yeah, CBS 12's Katie Benty is joining us tonight live with how this case has sparked a national debate over immigration and trucking safety.
Well, Jim, Luli, this is really about more than just one bad U-turn. The truck driver accused of causing it is undocumented, licensed in California under a controversial law. And now new video taken inside his cab shows the very moment that everything went horribly, horribly wrong. Video circulating online shows the shocking view from inside a semi as a minivan slams into the trailer and wedges underneath. Troopers say that driver, 28-year-old Harjinder Singh, had just made an illegal U-turn cutting across the Florida Turnpike in Fort Pierce last Tuesday. The move left his big rig blocking all northbound lanes. The minivan had no time to brake. All three people inside from Broward and Miami-Dade counties were killed.
Let me see something. That minivan, to be honest with y'all.
Wedges underneath. Troopers say that driver, 28-year-old Harjinder Singh, had
That minivan. I'll tell you this right now, they wasn't paying attention. They wasn't paying attention, not even a little bit. That's why you got to be okay on it. You got to be stop. That's why they tell you don't be on your phone and all of that. I guarantee you that minivan, they weren't even paying even close attention. They was full speed, no slamming on the brakes, no slowing down, no none of that stuff. That minivan was going the whole speed and slammed directly right into that trailer. That minivan was not paying attention to what was going on the road. And I'm just telling you the real. Like, I know people don't want me to say this part, and it don't mean that they deserve to die, and it don't mean that he don't deserve to be held accountable. But that minivan, ain't no way in the world that that van was paying attention at all. They wasn't even aware that an 18-wheeler was making a U-turn. Wasn't even aware that 18-wheeler was making a U-turn. That van was not paying no attention. Either they was halfway asleep, or they was looking at their phone, or they was changing the music, watching the YouTube video, something. 50% Simp says you shouldn't expect that though. Agreed. I listen, two things. Y'all got to remember, when we break down different moments of what is happening and we assessing these things, we're not casting judgment on right or wrong. We just calling out the details. I'm telling you that minivan wasn't paying attention. That van was gone. Ain't no way in the world you not. I was in my Cadillac, my STS, back when I was broke. And I was going over to Butco. I was working at Butco. In Highland Park. I was driving from the crib, going over to Butco, and I was driving, and I had bald tires, and I started going. Some of y'all in Detroit may know this one. When you're going down onto Davidson to take the 94 over to Davidson in order to be able to come up on Woodward, and then you go down over in the Butco, over in the Highland Park, it's this sharp turn. It was the wintertime. My tires wasn't so great because I was trying to save money, trying to minimize costs. You know what I'm saying? Tire wasn't so great. I started to go into that little side turn. You know, you're going a little too fast and it's a little slick outside. Got that black ice out there. Going into that little slide turn. Hey! Hey! You slide down in your car a little bit to try to, like, that's going to help it stop a little bit. did that little jackknife turning a little bit. I caught it just in time. It looked like the ice was a little loose on that part. Shook it back in. Never even touched the side of the little freeway things. Never even touched the side. I said, God is real. God is good all the time. Oh, God, Jesus, Lord, have mercy. People started beeping behind me. I said, give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm telling you, you be situated. I went through some stuff in my life, yo. I've had some real life or death moments. I've had some real life or death moments. Been through some stuff. Driving with bald tires. I know what it feels like. Well, I had to get out of the passenger side door because the driver's side door wasn't working. It started swinging to the right a little bit more. Adrenaline started going through you. Oh, Jesus. First thing you say, oh, thank you, Jesus. Oh, thank you, Jesus. You know, that's what we was taught when we was coming up. Start pleading the blood when something happened. Jesus, I plead the blood. Oh, Jesus. Car just was sliding. No traction at all. Car hooked back up. So look at God. Look at God. Look at God. He didn't even react, though. That's how I know something got to be wrong. Either he a serial killer or something, because he didn't even react. He seen a car go full speed into his jackknifing trailer trying to turn on the little median part. Have I ever seen AC on the window? Absolutely. Absolutely. He didn't even flinch. He just driving. He just chilling.
Made an illegal U-turn, cutting across the Florida Turnpike in Fort Pierce last Tuesday.
That
the
car
move
could have
left his
stopped.
big rig blocking all northbound lanes. The minivan had no time to brake. All three people inside from Broward and Miami-Dade counties were killed. Singh is now charged with 3 counts of vehicular homicide. He's being held
He
in the
took that picture because he was stunting. That's not even a real Gucci shirt, but we gonna get there. We gonna get there. They don't even make the shirts with the G's that big on them. They smaller. The G's is a little smaller than that.
Lucey County Jail with an ICE detainer, meaning he'll be deported after his criminal case. Federal records show Singh entered the U.S. illegally through the southern border in 2018. Records also show he got his commercial license in California. Under a law called AB 60, passed in 2013, undocumented immigrants can apply for driver's license, even commercial ones. The state argues it's safer to have everyone.
Yeah, he is a psychopath all day long. And that's not a real Gucci shirt, but that's okay. Because they don't, like I said, they don't make shirts with the G's that big. And he set that into his, he put that in the window and he did the countdown timer. Because he said, I'm going to post this to my Instagram. And I'm going to get all the ladies. I'm going to get all the ladies. He should have been at 7-Eleven. He should have been at 7-Eleven. But he's over here driving a semi. Not doing what he was supposed to do. Should have been slinging smoothies, but they gave him a commercial driver's license. That's okay. That's okay. We're gonna go ahead and get you back to your country, and that's gonna be the end of it. Should have been putting smoothies out. Refilling Kit Kats.